Hello everyone and welcome to the tenor rehearsal here in week 6, and today we are looking at the Sanctus from the Haydn Harmoniemesse. And I want to say hello to everyone watching, whatever time of day it is, wherever you are in the world. And as we're having a week of open rehearsals, hello to anyone sitting in. Hope you enjoy this and do consider becoming part of the wonderful Choir of the Earth. We sing gorgeous music all together from all around the world, putting together these big performances in the end. But the most important thing is we get to know these gorgeous pieces by composers like Haydn and Mozart and many, many more besides. So have fun today, everyone. Now I'm going to use the score on screen, as you can see here, and these are screen grabs from the PDF that we're using. You'll notice as we go through, you'll see some markings here in red, and these have been put in by Josh Cooter of the Fieri Consort. Fieri Consort, of course, are the amazing singers who lay down our professional guide tracks, and our organist is the great Richard Gowers. And those red markings, they just illustrate where Josh has put in some particular markings to make sure that the Fieri singers are unified. So if we can make sure we observe those red markings as well, our recordings, when they are blended in with the Fieri guides, well, they'll sound fantastic. They'll be as unified as possible, and this will save the engineers hours and hours and hours of painstaking work to sort the recordings out. So if you're ready, please make sure you've got your scores. As I say, it's page 54. You will need a drink of water to stay hydrated. And before we get to any of that, can I invite you to put your scores down and we'll warm our voices up. So tenors, some nice lines for you, some nice shapes, a couple of chromatic moments, lots of... well, there's a couple of moments in particular where you're singing with the basses, and you're going to need some rather expressive parts of your voice and some big sounds as well. So let's make sure we're thoroughly warmed. So I don't know what time of day it is as you're watching this. It might be first thing in the morning, but might be last thing at night, but all rehearsals need to start off with a good warm-up that starts with relaxing the neck, the shoulders, the back, everything else. So let's start by rolling our heads around, just making sure that we can move our head. And of course, if you do have any conditions, any pains in your neck, in your shoulders, in your back, that mean you can't do this to the fullest extent, just do what you're able to do. I don't want anyone hurting themselves, particularly not in the pursuit of singing lovely music. But if you can tilt your head gently one side and then the other, just feeling the stretch along the long side. Good, 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 good. And then roll the head forwards. That's fantastic. And just roll your head gently around, left, right, and forwards, just in those 3 movements, please, everyone. Once you've done that a few times, bring your head to the middle, make your neck lovely and long. And if I could ask you to sit up in your chair, if you're sitting down with your feet flat on the floor, and if you can stand up to sing, particularly during the warm-up, that's absolutely fantastic. And if you are standing, remember, feet shoulders width apart, knees not locked, nice and soft, maybe swinging your hips left and right, and feel that point where your weight is balanced between your feet. And everyone, let's take a few nice deep breaths in and really feel your ribcage opening up as you breathe. And just notice my shoulders are not moving as I breathe, because I'm breathing from the diaphragm rather than up here from the shoulders, which just creates tension. So if you can ask you to open your mouth nice and tall, take a nice deep breath in so the air feels cold at the back of your throat. Here we go. And now breathe out. And again, breathe in, cold breath. And breathe out. Fabulous. And now cold, silent breath, as silently as you can. Here we go. Excellent. And now breathe out. And one more cold, silent breath with your mouth open. And now breathe out. Excellent. Well done, everybody. Okay, so let's make some sound. I'm just trying to find the lowest note. It's down here. Now, this is going to be a bit on the low side for those of you from the tenora, lady tenor department, but this is the lowest note that Haydn wants us to sing. Just bear in mind, if he does ask you to sing a note that's too low for you, well then leave it on the page, sing down as low as you can, and similarly if the note is too high, again leave that on the page and let someone else in the choir sing that for you. I don't want these lines to be prescriptive and mean that people can't sing, like you can't sing 1 or 2 notes. But let's start down here, and we're just going to sing and oh, air, and ah, and oh, and again, one more. Lovely, thank you very much indeed, tenors. That's great. So let's have a look at this lovely, lovely Sanctus. Sanctus, holy, 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 Lord God of Sabaoth, heaven and earth are full of your glory. Hosanna in the highest. And this is a movement with two different characters. It's 4 pages long, 2 pages for each half of the Sanctus. The first half, as you can see on page 54, if I just press my button here and you can see the score here, it's marked Adagio. Now, Adagio means slow and stately, and it's this sort of tempo. So you get this sort of 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, slow and steady. And then as we proceed through the first 2 pages, as I say, it's grand and majestic, and then we get to this tempo, which is allegro, which is faster. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Much more of a dance, and we'll get to this bit in a moment. But let's begin with the grand and stately opening. And the first 2 phrases here, Sanctus, 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 these are sung by the soloists. You can see it's marked on the score, soli, which is a group of soloists. And we are not recording the solo parts. We're going to leave that to the wonderful Fieri consort. And so when you listen to the recording, the first 6 bars are sung by the soloists. But it is worth noting that the tenor soloist sings and finishes the second phrase, which is the top line of 54, on a B flat. And it's worth noting that because your entry, tenors, on the second line of page 54 comes in on that B flat. Okay, so the tenor soloist will give you the note, and we sing. Okay, a nice little collection of shapes and phrases coming in first of all on that B flat. And let's have the wonderful Chris sing this for us, everyone. So this is what this sounds like from our first entry, Tutti, on page 54. We get... Lovely. Sabaoth, please. Not Sabaoth or Sabaoth or anything. Sabaoth. Thank you. So let's look at the first half of that. Coming in on the B flat, growing to this note here on Dominus. Sanctus Dominus Deus. You'll see a red quaver, a red 8th note rest here. And this is to allow all the parts to come off cleanly together. Deus. Okay, putting the S on that rest. So let's sing with Chris. Okay, coming in on that B flat. You'll hear a little bit of organ and then we're in. So we get... 2, 3, 2. Now you'll notice the tempo is really quite flexible here. Sanctus. And then the next bar, Dominus Deus. That seems a little slower. That is entirely right and correct. Musically, we want this to have lots of expectation, lots of anticipation. So those 2 bars, the tempo is a little bit steadier. Just be ready for that, particularly on the Deus. Watch me when we're conducting this through later on. Now that leads us to a C, which again I've said is a low note. If you're an alto singing tenor, a tenora, a lady tenor, if that's too low for you, just sing as low as you can, and we'll have all of the male tenors singing that note a bit more prominently. Do notice, of course, that the basses are singing that note as well on the same word, so it will be covered for us. But we sing Deus Sabaoth. Sa-a-a-a-ba-ot. Lovely. Let's sing that together. From the last two bars, middle line of 54, 2, 3. Deus Sabaoth. Lovely. Let's sing it from our first entry here, Sanctus, and coming in on the B flat. Here it is. After 3, 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Lovely. Okay. Now you'll notice we've got then a little section of just instrumental, just the organ playing the accompaniment. Then we have Sanctus, Sanctus. It's marked solely, so that again is a part we don't sing. And indeed, the first phrase at the top of page 55, the 2 bars before A, that is also for the soloist. But do note that the soloist gives us our note again. Okay, that we come in on that B natural there at letter A. All right, let's have a little listen to it, coming straight in at letter A. Here we go, and... Lovely. Sorry for the issue with the score there. Hopefully that won't happen again. So let's go from letter A. Let's give this a sight read through. Okay. So from the B natural here at letter A, just before, deep breath, 2, 3. Dominus Deus, Deus Sabaoth. 2, 3. Good. Chris is a wonderful, wonderful singer with a really, really rich, warm tone. Do notice the 2, not 1 but 2 red markings here on the score. Deus. So we're cutting that note in half and putting again a quaver, an 8th note rest in that bar, and again Deus Sabaoth. One more time. So let's just sing that through from A with the piano. 2, 3. Dominus Deus, Deus Sabaoth. Good. Then we rise a tone. Deus Sabaoth. And here, the C to the B flat is a tone, then down a third, a minor third, and a tone. Ba, 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 ba. So let's sing that Deus, the last bar, middle line of 55. 2, 3. Deus Sabaoth. Very nice indeed. So what we're going to do is let's go back 2 before letter A, everyone. Okay, so we get... 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, off, 2, 3, off. 2, 3, 1, off. And the T on the beat for me. Excellent. Well done, tenors. Now it continues. And then. Okay. So we can hear a real change in style and in feel here as we go from the slow and stately to the bright and the cheery. Okay, pleni sunt cieli et terra. Now, Chris is separating those sounds, sunt cieli et terra, sunt cieli et terra, to just provide that clarity. So, as always, please do follow Fieri. Do as they do in this case. And you'll see on our score here, we've got accents over cieli and terra, heaven and earth. And this, of course, adds to the dance-like feel of this movement. Pleni sunt cieli et terra, yada, yada, yada. So make sure you're leaning on those notes. In fact, making them more than a lean. Do attack them. They are accented there. So let's sing that with Chris. Here's your lead in. Take a nice deep breath. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Lovely. Lovely. Now, from there, we've arrived at a D. You can see from the score, we drop down a tone, just one down on the score. So it is Gloria, Gloria tua. So we're kind of hovering around the low mid-range there. Ba, 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 ba. And again, Gloria, Gloria tua. Making as much of those first beats of the bar as possible. And there's a really good reason for that coming up very shortly, because Haydn is a genius, of course. But let's sing this Gloria, Gloria tua. Do note the red marking here on screen coming halfway through the R of Gloria. And so it's Gloria, Gloria. Try when you're singing this, try not to emphasize the quaver when taking that break. Okay, and I would suggest the best way to run going Gloria, Gloria, because that's the tendency when people are trying to take a breath in a short space is they will put all the air into that last note and inadvertently emphasize it. Gloria, Gloria. And what we want is Gloria, Gloria tua. Much more about the Gloria and the tua, much less about the ah. So don't breathe in that space. Gloria, Gloria. Don't need to take a breath, just make a break there instead. Let's sing that together. And Gloria, Gloria tua. Very nice indeed. Okay, now, going on, I was talking about the first beats of the bar being important in the first two sections of this allegro. And you can see pleni sunt cieli et terra, Gloria, Gloria tua. It's very much da, 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 da. Now look at the next couple of entries. In fact, the next three entries for you tenors, it's bouncing off the first beat of the bar. Hosanna in excelsis and 1 in excelsis. So this is much more kind of pulsating. Hosanna da da in excelsis, leading to the first beat of the bar after the entry. And so you're bouncing off, as I say, the first Hosanna 3-1 in excelsis. Let's have a go at that with the piano. This, for those of you following along on the PDF, this is the second line of 56, second bar. Coming in after 1, ready, 2, 3, 1. Hosanna 3-1 in excelsis 3-1. And it is excelsis, please, or an excel or excel, excelsis. And then we sing after 1, 2, 3, 1 in excelsis. Listen to that again. 1. Nice little wander around by step. In excelsis. So let's put that all together and let's listen to Chris sing it, and then we'll sing it with him. So back to the Hosanna there, the A, middle line of 56. After 1, 2, 3, 1. 3, 1. 3, 1. Okay, so little walk around the houses. It's a joyous little line. So let's sing that with Chris. Here is our note, and take a nice deep breath. Coming in after 1. Ready, 2, 3, 1. 3, 1. 3, 1. Okay, fabulous. Sorry, score still not entirely playing ball. Okay, good. Now, carrying on at letter B, you heard something interesting going on there. And the basses, if you look at the bass line here, we're singing in unison with the basses for a little while. Okay, for the next, was it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bars or so, we are in unison with the basses with a really interesting shape, which is all about creating tension and kind of propelling, pushing the music forwards. Okay, and this is very advanced musically for the time. Remember, Haydn wrote this in the very, very early days of the 19th century, and composers like Brahms and Schubert and Mahler even would recognize this figure as being kind of instrumental in really increasing tension and expectation of something really interesting going on. So at B, let's look at it. It's a C flat. Now, a C flat compared to a B flat is only a semitone away. Okay, if you're playing it on the keyboard, a C flat is the same as a B natural. Okay, a C flat is a white note, just next door on the left-hand side to C. And it then drops down to a D. Now, it is only a sixth, but in the context of everything we've been hearing, Hosanna, Hosanna, that D really pushes forward to the E flat, which is a semitone away. Let's sing that together. The first Hosanna after B. Ready, after 2, 1, 2, Hosanna. And I'd make the za nice and broad, nice and big with your mouth, and the na a little bit softer. Okay, one more time for luck. After 2, ready, 1, 2, Hosanna. Then it's the same shape. It's My Bonnie Lies Over the Ocean again, but it just sounds really quite chromatic, because it is. Hosanna. Sing that one for me. This is the third bar after B. After 2, 1, 2, Hosanna. Now, notice it's not the same pattern this third time. Hosanna, Hosanna, in excelsis. And it is definitely in eggshell. Okay. In excelsis. Let's sing that together. In eggshell. Ready, after 1, 2, 3, 1. In excelsis. So listen to that all together from B. Ready, after 2, 1, 2, 2, 3, 1, 2, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, off. Okay, let's do that together from B after 2. Ready, 1, 2, Hosanna, Hosanna, in excelsis. Cease with the S on the second beat. Let's have Chris sing that for us. We're going to go straight in at B. You'll hear the cis and then Hosanna. Here we go. Thanks, Chris. And 2, 3, 1. 2, 3, 1. Now, there is a break after the low Hosanna in eggshell. He is grabbing a quick breath there. That's absolutely fine. You can sing with Chris. So let's take it from B. So we're going to come in after 2. Ready? 1, 2. 2, 3, 1. 2, 3, 1. 2, 3, 1. Good. Well done, everyone. Now, before we carry on, let's go back and sing from the beginning of the allegro. Go back to page 56, please, everyone, and we'll sing from there to the first note of the next page, and then we're very much on the home stretch. Okay, so you're going to hear the organ start. It's quite quick, and we're coming in there. Here we go, and oh, excuse me. Nice deep breath, and and one, and one, and one, and 2, 3, 1, off, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, well done. Now there's a bit of rather I love that harmony. I really, really do. Let's have a Isn't that fabulous? And what happens harmonically at the end of that fabulous line, which has all sorts of colour and chromaticism, all of these different lines moving by semitone. You expect it to go there, don't you? But this is Haydn. And so what he's doing, this is late Haydn, is he takes us there instead. Okay, this is he's prolonging and delaying the gratification and the resolution of that little phrase right the way to the end of the movement. So the bass is saying Hosanna din. We can see here, this is now on the middle line of page 57. Hosanna din. And we help the basses by kind of building up as much tension as possible before resolving. In excelsis, let's have a little listen to this. Here we go. Thank you, Chris. In excelsis. Good. In excelsis. Okay, so let's sing that with Chris. Here's a bar for nothing. And one. In excelsis. And then a couple of really big shouts of praise here. Okay, so it's one Hosanna and one in excelsis. Okay, just like trumpets here. Ba, 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 and one ba, 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 ba. Let's sing that together. Hosanna coming in after one. Ready, 2, 3, 1. Hosanna and one in excelsis. Good. We can hear the next entry is another one of these very typical classical chords, leading us to at the end. In excelsis goes up at the end. You might expect, but we go to the third of the chord. Let's listen to Chris sing that last 2 and a bit bars. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. In excelsis. And it cease. 2 beats on the end. Let's go from the bar before that to give us the run in. So take a nice deep breath. It's 1, 2, 3. In excelsis. There we go. So let's go back to where the basses sang, where the basses come in here. This is the second system on page 57. And we come in 4 bars after this music starts. So take a nice deep breath. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 1. In excelsis. And 1. Hosanna. And 1. In excelsis. 1, 2, 3. In excelsis. Lovely. Okay, let's sing the entire allegro, shall we, tenors? Back to the top of 56. Let's do these 2 pages, and then we can do a complete sing through, and then your conducting track. So, if you haven't had a drink recently, please do hydrate. Cheers. Marvellous. So, page 56, allegro. Remember to really have those accented notes punch through to emphasize celli et terra heaven and earth. Okay, so here we go. Take a nice deep breath and no. And one. And one. And one. Two. 2, 3, 1. Off. 2, 3, 1. 2, 3, 1. Now it's solo. 2 bars. And 1. And 1. And 1. 1, 2, 3. Bum, bum. Excellent. Well done, everybody. Now, the really good news, other than the fact that that's a lovely piece of music, is that a big chunk of that, will be coming back. The Hosanna in Excelsis. So from the, let me just get it, from the 8th bar of the Allegro to the end, that is then directly repeated at the end of the Benedictus. So we've actually done double duty here. Well done. Now, what we're going to do is to sing it through from the start. This is not going to be the conducting video yet. I think it would be a good idea to just sing it through from the very beginning, and you'll hear a bit more of the rest of the choir around us, and then I'll do the conducting track. So if you are new to Choir of the Earth, if you're coming along as this is our open week of rehearsals, I hope you're enjoying the process. This is how we learn our music. In a moment, we will lay down the conducting tracks of those who are going to record this. But for now, let's sing it all the way through from the start. Do please use your scores. I shall be conducting and playing along. And we'll take it from the very opening. Remember, the first 2 phrases are for solo only. All right. But that being said, if you want to sing along, you're very welcome to. Remember, not when we record, though. Here we go. And... So start taking a nice deep breath. You can hear Chris's voice is louder now. And...
Sanctus Dominus Deus, Deus Sabaoth.
Very good. Now, this next entry is solo only. So now at the top of 55. 2 bars before we come in. Listen to the tenor. Deep breath. And...
Dominus Deus, Deus Sabaoth, Deus Sabaoth.
Excellent. Now this is the last 2 bars of the Adagio. Start to take a deep breath. And 1, 2, 3.
Veni sunt celi et terra, gloria, gloria tua.
And 1.
Hosanna
And 1.
in excelsis,
And 1.
in excelsis. Hosanna, Hosanna,
2, 3, 1.
in
2, 3, 1. Now solo. 2 bars. Deep breath. And 1.
in excelsis.
And 1.
Hosanna,
And 1.
in excelsis,
1, 2, 3.
in excelsis.
There we are. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to talk to you as if you are doing the conducting tracks, and that you'll be singing along and recording with your own devices. So if you are new and you haven't joined us before, well, there are details of how this all works via the Choir of the Earth website. And when you sign up, you get taught how it all works. But for now, I'm going to talk to you as if you're recording this later on. So this is conducting track mode, and I'll see you after this to wrap up this session. Here we go. Hello tenors, and welcome to your conducting track for this, the Sanctus from the wonderful Haydn Harmoniemesse. Please make sure you've got your devices ready, as we'll start them in just a moment. And as always, please make sure that you've watched the teaching for this session. It's quite a lot of detail, in particular alternating between solo and tutti. So that's the Fieri solos and our group voices. Make sure you got your scores marked up, because we're not recording the solos for this. So again, make sure that the tuttis are clearly marked. And you've taken note of where the red markings are on the PDF that indicate the shortened phrases where we're singing through, and so on and so forth. And bring out all the drama, all of the majesty in the first section, which is slow and stately, and then much, much brighter with some emphasized first beats of the bar. Lots of lovely chromatic lines in the second half, which is the allegro. Most importantly, everyone, do enjoy your singing, because that will come across loud and clear when it's all mixed together. So if you're ready to record, may I ask you to press start on your recording devices now, please. Thank you very much, and we will clap just once to synchronize for the engineers after 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Thank you very much indeed. So just to remind you, the first 6 bars is solo and organ, and then you're coming in on a B flat. The tenor solo gives you that line, but this is our one voice louder. So don't turn it up right at the beginning, expecting it to be at that volume through. When Chris comes in, he will be much louder than everyone else. So enjoy yourselves. Here we go. Three bars, 2 bars, take a deep breath, 2, 3,
Sanctus Dominus Deus, Deus Sabaoth.
Now this next entry is solo only. Three bars before we come in. Now, deep breath. Here we go. And
Dominus Deus, Deus Sabaoth, Deus Sabaoth.
excellent. The last 3 bars of the adagio. 2 bars. Last bar, start to breathe. And 1, 2, 3.
Veni sunt celi et terra, gloria, gloria tua.
And 1.
Hosanna
And 1.
in excelsis,
And 1.
in excelsis. Hosanna,
2, 3, 1.
Hosanna
2, 3, 1.
in excelsis.
Now this is solo. 2 bars. And
In excelsis.
1.
Hosanna
And 1.
in excelsis.
1, 2, 3.
In excelsis.
1, And there you have it. Thank you so much, tenors. Please do press stop on your recording devices. As always, don't listen back to it. Don't check it, just send it in. Any little slips and errors will be removed by our engineers, leaving just your fantastic singing. Don't add anything to it, no reverbs needed, don't cut anything out of it, just those files. Please consider doing multiple takes as well. It's not a very long movement, and we use every single one of our submissions, particularly the tenors. So huge thanks again for your hard work. And huge thanks indeed, everyone. Hope you enjoyed that session. If you are new and you've been sitting in on our open week of rehearsals, well then, do consider joining us. choiroftheearth.com has all the details. We'd love to have you singing with us. We've got some amazing music coming up, not just for the rest of this year, but going on into the future. Some phenomenal projects which you're going to want to be part of. But in the meantime, everyone, do join us at one of the other sectional rehearsals this week. And otherwise, I'll see you on Monday for your full choir rehearsal. And next week, it's the Benedictus, which is glorious. And then the Agnus Dei, which has a little quote in it from Mozart. I should be interested to hear if anyone has managed to find it by the time we get there. But in the meantime, enjoy the rest of your week and see you soon. Take care, folks. Bye.